We were led to believe that when you split test pages, it's normal to have flicker. In this video, I will show you that it's not. Flicker is this phenomenon where you see the control page briefly before you see the variation, and it's not normal at all. If you see flicker in your experiments, it means that either your setup is wrong or you are using a split testing tool that it's too slow. Now, to prove my point here, I'm going to reload 100 times a page where I have an on-page experiment that transforms this hero section here into this hero section here. So as you can see, the difference is striking. Here we have two columns. There is a layout shift when you go from this one to this one. So if there is any flicker, you will notice, and you will notice big. So to start this little test, I will just click on this button here and you will see the first load. There you go. So we have a counter on the page that is going to tell us how many times we are reloading. We're going to reload 100 times. I will not edit the video. So let's do this. So this is 1, 2, no flicker, 3, no flicker. You see that the page goes black for a tiny bit before you see the variant. And remember that this one here, this is the control and this is the variation. So the purpose of this experiment is to show you that you will never see this, okay? So let's continue. 11, 12, 13. No flicker whatsoever. As we get to 50, I will show you the timing logs of this split testing tool to show you why the flicker doesn't happen. And the secret is in the timing, really. Okay, 51, no flicker so far. Now let's open the inspector and I want to show you the logs. So here in console, you see the logs, and if you look at how much time it takes to render the variation, you see that from here, it starts from here. The first record is 83, 84 milliseconds. That's where the engine starts. And this particular tool here runs inside Google Tag Manager. This is a free split testing tool that I created because I wanted to have a, free solution that is way faster than other solutions on the market, and it applies variations with more consistency. So I created GTMsplit for me and my clients, and then I made it available for everyone for free. So it runs in GTM. It has a UI to configure the experiments, and this is how fast it runs. So in 84 milliseconds here, that I have to say this is slow because usually it is much faster. So you can see the previous run was 55, then we have again 80, then we have 75. Yeah, we'll try a hard reload now and see if it improves things. Anyway, so the engine starts here at 83, 84, so 0.1 milliseconds. And the renderer, the engine decides which variation we're going to see. The renderer is the one that is applying the variation. And you see that the renderer starts at 91 milliseconds and it takes up to 100 to finish the experiment. So that's like, actually the render ends here. So it's about 0.8 milliseconds, something like that. Yeah, so it's super fast. Now, forgive me for the digression. Let's go back on the page that we are reloading, which is this one. And I will hard reload the page and then we'll look again. So shift F5, and now we go back to the inspector. I want to see how long this took. So this took longer because we hard reloaded. So it reloaded GTM entirely, and then it applied the variation. But you see that the renderer finished at 156 milliseconds, which is still very fast compared to the other solution that you pay for available on the market. Now let's do a few more reloads. And keep in mind, still no flickering. 55, 56, it's very annoying to do this reloading. 57. Okay, now I want to see the logs again, real quick. And we have 66, here we have 77. So for this particular version of the page on this network, this is the speed. We are below 100 milliseconds. Now I want to make things more interesting. Let's go on performance here, and let's slow down the network. I want to pick a 3G network, so this is super slow. And now the inspector will simulate a slow network. Let's see if we have flicker in this case. So I'm reloading the page. You see that it's very slow, still loading, but you have no flicker. There's no flicker. Again, loading, and it's finished, no flicker. It's loading, and it's finished, no flicker. So even with the very slow network, you have no flicker. Now let's do it once more. I will change it back to normal network, but I will disable the cache. So now every time I reload, it will reload GTM entirely, okay? Some people said, well, you still have to load GTM, so it's not really faster than other solutions. Well, I will show you that it doesn't flicker even in that case. Check it out. So 63, reload, didn't flicker. 64 didn't flicker. 65 didn't flicker. And if we go to the inspector now, I expect to see longer times. Yes, 154 starting, 169 starting. That's because we are reloading GTM entirely. Usually you don't do that because GTM is cached inside the browser cache, and you download it only once, and it contains all the configuration of the experiment. In commercial solutions, they have to query the server, download the configuration of the experiment, and then render the variation. But here is different because the engine, when the page starts rendering, when the page is ready to be displayed, the engine already knows which experiment to run. And so the renderer delivers the experiment immediately, okay? So that is how GTMsplit is faster than other tools. So let's go back to console here. I want to switch back to using the cache. So now we are again in normal conditions. We're going to reload this a few more times. I promised you 100. A lot of talking here. Still, we have no flicker. Huh? We haven't seen flicker even once. So let's just one. And at this point, I think I made my point. You can repeat with me. GTMsplit does not flicker. GTMsplit does not flicker. 85, 86. I ran this same experiment before with a redirect test, and I got some comments saying that the redirect tests, they don't really change the page, so that was an easy. So 100, 101, done. So you didn't see any flicker whatsoever in 101 reloads. So why I don't believe that redirects are easier? Because when you redirect, you have to make a network call. And in the time the network call is going out, the page is still loading. So if the network is slow, you will see the original page before the variation has time to even fetch the redirect, okay? So redirects are critical. But in any case, this video here covers the on-page changes, on-page experiments, and the one with the redirects covers the redirect experiments. So at this point, it should be evident that flicker should not happen. And flicker is always a symptom of either misconfiguration of the experiment or using a tool that it's too slow. So if you want to remove flicker entirely, I suggest you to use GTMsplit here. It's free, you have nothing to lose, go give it a try. And well, I guess that's it for this video. I will see you at the next one. Ciao.